Okay, so the scenario, gang, is Steve just walked in the house. Me and Ginny are right here.
Hi,
And
everybody.
we're gonna
Good
let
to be
Steve go
here.
over his ATM, and then I'm gonna stop him along at each point where he needs some correction. And we're ready to do this for 2 hours. So there's it could be a marathon or it could go fly by. Just
Yeah,
our objective here is it's called hot seat coaching. And so hot seat coaching
I'm
is
happy to volunteer.
so he lives in Cincinnati, so it kind of worked out pretty well. But
Oh my God, it's a very nice drive. Today's a beautiful day with
beautiful
this
day.
weather.
Yeah.
But I feel sorry about when coming on my way here. Like two accidents, like going towards Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go the free route.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through the back road. It's just gonna be fun too.
Yeah.
Like open up the window and smell this air fresh. That's what I'm talking about. I do not like the winter here. It's bad.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
So this is all great bond report stuff. So I know Steve is good at the bond report. I don't have any question on that, but let's just kind of go over starting from the beginning, like we just sat down and then kind of do your thing, dude. And
Yeah. Very nice to be here. Thank you for opening the home for me, and really an honor and privilege to be with you today, Mr. Abian and Mrs. Abian. So both of you guys have 4 kids,
Five.
5 boys. Oh, sorry, you guys I know have 2 boys
2 boys,
and
3 girls.
and 3 girls. Amazing. The oldest is she's in New York, or the
Not
8th?
anymore. She
Yeah,
lived
she
in
was.
Pittsburgh.
Actor.
She was
Okay.
living in New York for about 5 years, and now she lives in Pittsburgh.
Okay, nice. So and the second number 2.
Number 2 is about to graduate from Air Force flight training.
Ethan.
Athens.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the man. Yeah. So he is the number 2, like me in the family.
Yeah.
so you're number 2?
Yeah.
How
He's,
many?
what
how many
year?
total?
We 6.
6 of you.
in the
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and then what's behind below Athens?
Is Maddie.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Maddie is in
Maddie is in Maryland.
Maryland.
She's a graphic designer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she loves the art.
Yeah, she does.
What about below that?
Yeah, and then there's Nick.
Nick.
Nick lives in Cincinnati, goes to UC.
Okay, and I know you guys have another daughter.
Another girl.
Yeah.
The youngest one is Izzy,
Okay.
and she's currently living in North Carolina. Looking forward to moving back to Cincinnati soon.
Okay, very nice to
Yeah.
have you. So I know you guys before you guys got married, you guys know each other from the music. No, I'm sorry.
Musical theater.
Musical
Yeah.
theater.
It's all
Yeah.
together.
You guys into musical theater?
Yeah.
it's
I don't think he
beautiful.
has any musical theater stuff up on the walls.
Very nice. Love the pictures. Love everything.
Yeah, there's not much wall space left in here.
It's pretty covered. So
So been together for over.
go ahead.
Well, let's see, since 1988.
Since
We got married in 91, but we've been together since 1988.
Yeah.
So
She was after me, and then finally
oh,
she caught me, and I decided, okay, I'll marry her
right.
to make her dreams come true.
Yeah, watch it. You're gonna have a long
I
weekend.
tell you what, we're a man. We're a chaser. Whatever the lady, she's the right one. We're gonna go after her. Obviously,
That's right.
she's a wonderful lady. God bless her with great life and long life, both of you.
Thank you. Same
And
to you.
really, she's the backbone of you. I can show.
She is.
She's very strong and
Yeah.
she's wonderful. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. Strong like bull.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Thanks.
That's an inside joke.
yeah.
Like,
Well, awesome. Well, very nice getting to know you, Alex and Jenny. Really, you guys just meant to know to be together. What's the secret you can give me on my future wife? Because I'm very picky. I don't know.
Huh. Sense of humor.
yeah.
Sense of
Sense of
humor,
Sense of
right?
humor.
I have a highly developed sense of humor, which Ginny still, wishes she had, but she appreciates it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
He's all about the dad jokes.
dad jokes.
Yeah. Bad dad jokes.
Bad dad jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean,
He thinks he has a good sense of humor.
I have a highly developed sense of humor.
yeah. You both kind of have both unique sense of humors kind of work together.
I think
So that's awesome, right? Yeah. So tell you a little bit about me. From the Alliance, we are based. We are a whole company based in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We have some friends out there.
Yeah, we do.
yeah. So we're a big company, actually. We do a variety of things. We work with. We do help people, provide them with final expense, mortgage protection, estate planning. We do also tax strategies.
Oh,
So
wow.
we do all those variety of things.
That's cool.
All those in one, five birds in one stone.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do today? We're gonna tell you about me. So I was gonna do a little study before I come here. So it's okay to learn about. Yeah. So going to tell a little bit about me, about what I'm going to find out, what you need about the loved ones you care about. Obviously, that's what's the main purpose of here today. I want to know what was your emotions and concerns that got us sitting here today at your great home, talking about your loved ones. We're gonna learn about your loved ones, obviously, like I said, and obviously, I came in here as a control. You guys, Alex and Ginny, you guys have the right to tell me if moving forward, if you guys do not like anything, or excuse me, if you do not anything that probably is gonna work out for you and your family, you have the right to tell me. Please, probably let's end this at any time. As I will understand, I live here as a friend, and I come in as a friend, and I will still leave here my card in case in future reference. But you have the right to tell me at any time to leave. Does that make sense? Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So, what about me? My name is Steve. The purpose is to know a little bit about you guys, because I mean, it's good to know me, but I would love to get to know you folks even better. So, you both really met in the greatest state of Ohio, Dayton Tri-State, in this theater.
Yeah, we met here in Dayton.
Dayton. And you said that you were an actor.
Yeah, we actually met doing community theater.
Community theater?
Yeah.
What kind of theater? Because I remember back in high school, I used to go to this nice theaters. It's very nice, like after school.
Yeah. Kind
But
of like that, except for grown-ups.
Yeah. My cousin, actually, he is going for acting.
Oh, okay.
Wishing him the luck.
Yeah.
Because it's very low percentage, but that's what he minds with the theater, because he has that some too.
Yeah.
So what do you guys, the theater actually? Like you guys
Like education
education
wise?
theater?
I have a degree in accounting.
Okay.
So that was my daytime work.
Okay.
And then the theater was just kind of recreational.
Recreation,
at
that's what
night,
you
yeah.
find. It's good. It's good kind of have the shut your brain off.
Right brain, left brain.
Right. So that's what I was lacking all those years. Kind of I learned this in the hard way. You have to have some mind to kind of peace out. But
Yeah.
good. Which is very nice. You guys love the theater, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was born in Mesquite, and I moved to Wisconsin, from the hot to the cold, to the
Where's
heat.
Mesquite?
Mesquite, that's next to Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everything big in Texas, obviously. It's hot.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I was born in there, and then I moved to Wisconsin. After living in Wisconsin, my brothers were born there, and then my father shipped us to Palestine, Jerusalem, the Holy Land.
Wow. Really?
With his parents.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So he was here, and he was coming visit us.
And how long were you there?
I was there quite for 9 years. Went to high school there. I went to one school. It's called the Taiba. It's a Christian school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's a nice Palestine. It's a Taiba. It's one. It's probably you guys see that in the Bible. It's a Taiba.
Huh.
I don't know.
I'm not familiar.
My friend is a Pentecostal. She looked it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. One year, and decided, I think, to go back to a different village. But I ended up coming over here on my freshman year. Went to Hilliard City School, and then my
Okay.
senior year went to Dublin Coppin because we moved. And then after graduating high school, I eventually moving to Liberty Township. And the rest from there is it's history.
Okay.
I kind of went to college here and there, kind of got little courses, but yeah. So and then prior protecting families, running a family business actually.
Oh,
Was in Bellbrook. Wasn't bad enough, but I decided it wasn't for me, so I just wanted to work for myself.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was
Oh, that's
doing
cool.
yeah. So yeah, in my free time I actually like to go to the gym, but
Yeah.
actually it's not really my best physique right now because once you go to the gym I will become like more better physique because I think if you work on your body, at the end of the day you're gonna work on your mindset
Yeah,
because
that's good.
this business is 95% mindset.
Yeah.
And I like volunteering sometimes, Christmas, or New Year's is like a toys
Yeah.
or neighbors. I live with the older people in front across me, older people beside me.
Hmm.
So I like to say, hey, you need anything, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh,
Here's my number. So I
Sure,
like
they
doing
appreciate that.
yeah, doing good things for the community.
yeah.
And I think the last thing you come up with that, obviously, the very last thing, you cannot come up with a story why I'm very passionate about my I'm very passionate about helping people. Yeah, so make sure everybody's protected. They don't have to go through leave to their family a financial burden.
Hmm.
So that's what we're here for today.
Yeah.
Okay, but about you guys, Alex and Jenny. So, what do you guys do in your free time? What do you like to do, basically?
I
We
like
go to
to,
concerts.
yeah, we go to concerts.
Yeah, I've seen that. You posted something on Facebook today.
Yeah,
You
I
went
did.
okay, that's
We
very
did
nice.
just
Yeah, I
last
just
night. We
see.
went to.
Okay, where was it at?
It's downtown Dayton.
Okay,
Yeah.
who's your favorite music?
Pretty much anything. We like, like different
Yeah,
styles and
just about
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite band or singer or?
Gosh, who have we been into lately? Really, sometimes my favorite is Carlos Santana, guitar player.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, you may. Did you post him the other day? I think so, because I was going cross. I each wanted to kind of tend to
I think what I
for
posted,
5 seconds. I would like to do it my
it was
stay on Facebook and just
this
do
Elton
my
John guy, this
yeah.
Elton John kind of tribute band, and he
Yeah,
was really
yeah.
good. So we really
Yeah, he seems
enjoyed
like
him.
he's a funny guy the way he does his band
Yeah, it was
and the
good.
bottom and this and this.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did a
Was
good
it here
job.
in Dayton?
That was in Indiana.
Yeah, it was Indiana at a casino, Belterra Casino.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
one? The one in what do you call
What is
this?
it called?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I
the
forget
first
what it's
one?
called.
The
It's
first one
Belterra Casino in
is
Indiana.
Lawrenceburg or the second one?
No, it's more down the river.
Okay, so
Yeah.
three next to each other.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, awesome. Well, very nice to you guys like the band, which is awesome. Very nice. It's gonna have it have something in the peacetime to
Mhm.
kind of enjoy. Yeah, so yeah, here's my two dogs. Actually, I call them Max and Bingo. They're not my friends.
Okay.
This is the family, my siblings. It's probably time to replace it with my own family here down the road. Most importantly, this is my city. This is my state license, so I'm qualified to protect you today, and Jenny.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So here's my some of the products that the companies that I carry. Well, I have over 49 different companies. This is part of the companies that I carry with over 100 different products.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So yeah. So these are top A rated companies. So make sure anything God forbidden happen to you, we're gonna submit the claim to your beloved wife Jenny.
Mhm.
Make sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Good. Good.
Yeah. So why is this?
Okay. So
Yeah.
time out.
Yeah.
Really great job taking it from bond and rapport and then moving into the upfront contract. It use the ATM to keep you on track. I know you're trying to memorize it, but
Mhm.
I mean, use it to keep you on track. The other thing too, like in the upfront contract, that could be 2-3 minutes. It doesn't have to take very long. I can tell you're kind of trying to figure out the words. So when you do this more, you're going to probably snap through it quicker. Okay. So my suggestion there would just practice going through it and so I know, like, what is your native language?
Arabic.
Arabic. So are you thinking in Arabic and then translating it into English?
Not at all.
Okay, so you're thinking in English.
Right.
Okay, so you're still searching for words.
Am I? Okay.
Okay. There's a lot of and and you're trying to articulate it. And so my suggestion is when you do the upfront contract, actually I kind of like it. There's a certain charm to how you formulate your words. Okay, because
Right.
it's different, but it's interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's what makes this kind of intriguing for you. I think you could do well and use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, but what I would suggest, and maybe it's really probably truth is this whole thing, is to know what you're going to say and say it. Okay.
Mhm.
And you don't have to read it. How you've been, and I know you don't want to read it.
Actually, I was just worried about making coming in like produced, and I was gonna pause for a few policies and then review these, because when I just review this, I kind of master it. I don't have to look at this. The purpose of the ATM maybe just to
Yeah, it just keeps you
go over the pages, but you have to eye on the clients.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah.
But it's okay to refer to it to keep you on track.
Right.
It's almost like a bulletized list. And you hit all the main points. Okay.
Mhm.
What would be better is to string it along so it's not like continuous per se. Like, for example, and I have to refer to it.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so it's the bond rapport. Oh yeah.
It's backward.
Okay. This is interesting. Is this the order? I don't think this is.
I don't know.
I thought the process is after the, yeah, maybe it is in the beginning. Anyway, so the upfront contract is kind of like this. So, Alex and Ginny, let me explain what's going to happen today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and the companies we work with, and then I'm going to find out and learn more about the loved ones you care about and why we're really, sitting down today. Then once we get that down, I'm going to figure out some options that'll really fit your situation, your needs and budget. Now, one thing I want you to understand is that you're totally in control of this whole process. If at any point you don't think this is going the way you want it to go, number one, I wish you tell me that. But don't hesitate to say it's over. Let's go ahead and move on with our evening. And you can tell me to leave. So I just want you to know, no worries. You tell me that it's time to leave and I'll leave. Okay.
Okay.
I come as a friend. I leave as a friend. Sound good to you?
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay. Now, how long did that take? Is that like
You
45
Less
seconds?
than a minute.
Okay. Now, I'm not, so when I say shorten it, I'm not saying say it fast. Okay, I'm not saying say it fast. Be conversational, but really know what you're trying to say. And
Yeah,
then
you're right.
And then say it, convey the information, and you can look straight at them, and then the other important thing too is that you spread the eye contact between Ginny and myself. Like, if anything, it'd be like 60 Ginny, 40 me. Because the wife is the one you're always trying to sell. Okay. And the minute that she thinks that you're kissing up to the guy, the minute you lose her. And you don't want to lose the wife, dude. Do not want to lose the wife. So if anything, I would focus more of my attention on the wife than the husband. And then I would always sit the way we're sitting here. You sit closer to the husband than the wife. If you're a female, I want the female sitting closer to the wife. So when you come in, feel free to change chairs. Just say, hey, by the way, Ginny, why don't you sit here and then Alex can sit here and then I can sit here. Like take control of the environment. If the TV's on, tell them, hey, can we shut the TV off, please? Because I just want to make sure that, we really take care of this and that we really focus on what we're trying to do. You're in total control, man. And they will treat you as a guest if you ask properly. Okay. And so, but again, if you're the female, make sure the wife sits closer to you and the husband's over here. And then the eye contact's the same. 60% wife, 40% husband. Okay. So those are just some things to
Eye
think about.
contact. Am I doing okay with?
No, you're doing good on the eye
over
contact.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just emphasizing it for
Yeah,
people out there.
Okay.
So the process, okay, then the about me. So the about me, you did a really good job. I really like what you did. But here's what I would do. I would tell, it's a trade. You trade information about you, and then you ask about us, and then you trade information about you,
Okay.
then you
More
ask
back
about
and
us.
forth
So
other
there's
than
like
us
this
and then
thing,
you.
instead of being an FBI agent and asking us our backgrounds and all that, which it's fine. We're having a little bit of fun because we
I've been told that before.
so it's something like so it sounds something like this, like, okay, my name is Steve Musaitiv, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Musaitiv?
Yeah.
Okay, and I was born in Dallas, Texas, and moved to all kinds of different places. Like your story is a great story.
Yeah.
Right. I like that. Just kind of go into it. And then, by the way, did you guys grow up around here? How did you meet? Those are great questions. Like, how did you meet each other? And then you don't have to delve as deep as you did, but I like what you did. So overall, I would err, like if you're going to err like what you did, as opposed to, but you can, chop it down a little bit more succinct and you were very sincere. That's one thing I get from you, is that you're very sincere in how you want to know about us. You're not just being a salesman, doing that, the cursory find out about the client, that people call it the warm up, right? So you did a good job with that, being sincere about that. And then, talking about your background education, how you do with work with your family. So what do you guys do for work or whatever? That was good. And then I'd go right into the, so let me tell you why I'm passionate about the insurance business. My grandfather passed away. He had plenty of life insurance that really helped the family out. And I just want other families to be able to experience the same benefit that I did because my grandfather had load of life insurance. So have you guys ever, had any loved one pass away and close to you, and then, oh yeah, matter of fact, blah, blah, blah. Did they have life insurance? Oh yeah, they did. And everything was taken care of. Oh, okay, perfect. So that's what we're going to try to do for you. We'll make sure that you're taken care of the way that you're, that, and then you cite the person they were talking about, the way they were taken care of. Makes sense? Sound good? Kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then again, if you're going to spend time, it is in the bond report. You want to spend time in the bond report. If you're going to spend any time, what most agents do is they shortchange that process and they just like fly through it. But you did a good job at being sincere. The other slides, like this picture of, my family, you did a good job at that. Here's my license. You did a good job with that. This makes me qualified to take care of you. So I like how you said that. And then I'd say, now you did a great job. These are the companies, I'm sure they look familiar to you. We, top notch companies. This is really just more, I'm not saying you're page through it, but you just kind of refer to it that, you're telling us basically what you're trying to convey is that we've got some great companies, top grade A companies, that kind of thing. And then boom. So once you go through that, then we transition in to the slide on finding the pain. Why is this important? Okay. So what you did up to now is really, really good. For a brand new person that's kind of learning our process, I'm pretty impressed. But I could tell when you call me on the phone when you're with a client, I could tell that you have a lot of good, rapport with the client. It's just, we just got to tweak certain things. But anyway, so I like what you've done so far. So any questions on that?
Oh,
Anything I've said?
that sounds perfect.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
Okay, good. All right. So let's transition into the paint finding. So, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the pain finding. So most people fill this request and send it to you guys. Went online and fill this information online.
Right. Yeah, I
And
kind of remember doing that. Yeah.
what was telling me, most people when they went online and filled this information, they uh, do they either have no life insurance, they have uh, some life insurance, or they want to leave legacy to their grandkids, or they want to pay off their mortgage. Which one of these really best describe you? And
What do you think?
I think we just wanted to make sure that our kids don't have to do a GoFundMe if something should happen to us, so that everything is taken care of.
Yeah. We don't leave them hanging with, trying to deal with all the other stuff they got to deal with. We just want to make sure they have enough money to take care of everything when we're gone.
Mhm.
well, God bless you with a great health and long life. Look at you both. You're really healthy and happy, and many more years to come. But that's the most. But it's nothing wrong with being protected, and we cannot also guarantee what's tomorrow.
That's right.
So it's good to be protected. So again, recapping your concerns and your emotions when you fill this out and send it to us. You want to make sure your kids doesn't open a GoFundMe account, and make sure they are protected, and all means. That's what I admire about you. I really admire about people who really love and care about their family, and that's what would like to follow your lead. So we're coming to see you, Mr. Abian. We all going someday, we all going to we're gonna someday. So when you die tomorrow, who is gonna pick up the pieces?
Well, probably Ginny.
Okay, Ginny.
Ginny's around, so she'll have to take care of everything, the planning and paying for funerals and all that. So yeah, definitely Ginny would be the one that would, have to pick up the pieces.
Okay. Talk to me, Jenny. God bless him with great health and long life, Mr. Avian. He dies tomorrow. What is your word is going to look like if you don't have the coverage?
It would probably be more devastating, I think, for me in that situation, because he's the breadwinner, and we work together, but at the same time, he's the business owner, and I would be struggling to pay all the bills and the mortgage and take care of all the funeral expenses, and hopefully it would still be devastating for you, sweetie, but you
Yeah.
would still have an income.
Yeah, it would be, obviously.
So obviously that's why we're sitting here today, this evening, on this Monday, on this Wednesday evening.
Yep, Wednesday.
To solve this. We sure need to be prepared for something better than nothing. So tell me, how long will it take you to how long would take the bank to foreclose the house?
I have no idea. I've never been in this situation before.
Never been. Okay. And you said your kids living, one of them or none, or someone she
Nobody's
forward?
nobody's
Okay.
living at home right
Okay.
now.
So just you, yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and the cat.
Oh, and the cat. Okay, kitty. It's nice,
Yeah.
right? Hey, why not? What's the kitty name?
Kitty is Coco.
Coco. Hey, Coco, where you at?
She's
I look
hiding.
forward to seeing
Yeah,
you
she's-
sometime.
She's hiding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the kitty, the kitty loves the house. She's in, and you loves the house, and you love your neighbors, the community. You're going to this nice neighbor, your church, your theater. So, what is going to look like if you had to leave your home and your neighborhood and your community and the church
Yeah.
and going somewhere else? What is your life is going to look like? Let's just use our imagination.
I can't even imagine, being in the situation where I've lost Alex and then having everything else uprooted at
Mhm.
the same time.
Yeah. it
So
would be,
certainly it would be important to us to be able to stay put and not have to worry
You're
about
right. Yeah.
all of that.
Because again, God bless him with a great health and long life. It's something to be having peace of mind,
Mhm.
because we all going somewhere. Me and we all God give us limitless of life, but we all gonna
Nobody's gonna
someday
escape the end.
we're gonna just go. But at the end of the day, you have a peace of mind,
Mhm.
and you will kind of have a grief in a good way, because he's great. He has not done but a great things, and he's definitely going to a beautiful place. So you're gonna be grieving, but at the same time you're not be stressing out about money. Obviously,
Right.
you're gonna be in peace of mind, and
That's the goal.
and yeah. So that's why I'm here tonight. I want to go and be able to kind of be the be the solver. Make sure if anything happened, we will make sure you will stay at home, and your burial expenses will be covered. Okay.
Yep.
So
okay. So time out. Pretty good job. Pretty good
Okay.
job. What I would probably tighten up
uh-huh.
is when you start talking about the kids. So when the subject of the kids come up, you should ask the kids' names.
Yeah, the kids'
Our
names.
kids'
Yeah,
names.
yeah. We
Right.
have Ethan. We have what's the oldest again?
Yeah, Zoe.
Zoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have the third guy,
Maddie.
Maddie.
Daughter.
Okay. Yeah. We have Ethan and Zoe. All right.
Yeah. So when
We have Maddie
yeah, Maddie,
and
Nicholas,
Nicholas.
yeah, Nick and Izzy.
Isabel.
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
and don't worry about write it down.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about when you ask clients questions and it's personal information,
Mhm.
when they see that you think it's important enough to write it down so you remember it, it honors them, right? So it shows that you care enough to write it down so you remember them. And even if you have to go back to read it, this should have happened early in the bond rapport. So when we start talking about, we don't want to have our kids have to worry about, if we both go, oh, okay, so we're talking about, Zoe, Athen, Maddie, Nicholas, and Izzy. And even if you have to read it and refer to it, it's
Go back and look at
because the names of our children just ring so well for us. We love to hear those names, and it just tugs on our heartstrings, right? Whenever you use the names personally, right? And so that's your hook. And then a part of the bond rapport is, so tell me about, what does Zoe do? And you did that earlier on. So then you can really personalize the pain finding with the kids. So, God forbid you both die in a car accident. And I don't soften that. I say you both die in a car accident. I don't say pass away. I mean, these pass away or, move on to the next life. Move from this world
No,
to the next.
we're gonna be more like,
No, you gotta say,
yeah.
let's say you guys die in a head-on car collision tomorrow. And I just shut up and let that ring. So what's Zoe, Athen, Maddie, Nicholas, and Izzy? What are they going to do? Right? And just shut up and let us answer the question. Because I promise you, even now, when Ginny start talking about what happens to me, like, okay, role play, we're role playing.
Mm-hmm.
We've got plenty of insurance because I'm in the insurance business. But if we didn't, I'm here talking about, well, I don't know what I'd do. I am actually really sincerely feeling emotional. Like imagining her without me, like sitting here now, like no kidding. It is a powerful question because it puts me in a position of, oh my God, what if I'm not here? Then what's she going to do? I fall into that role and I'm like getting emotional, even doing this role play, right? So don't underestimate the power of those questions. Just let us answer the question. You got us there, right? You and I know you're kind of going through this, and maybe it's a little uncomfortable because you've got Zoom land watching us, but
yeah, I'm not sure. I can see the faces, so I'm not comfortable.
You need to ask the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ask the question and let us answer it. Kind of towards the end there, you were like, you're trying to summarize and stuff, and I get that. But anytime you want to make a statement, ask it in the form of a question, right? Anytime you make a statement, if you can figure out how to answer it in the form of a question, you let us articulate it, and then it makes it our own. Like it's our idea. It's our problem because we articulate the problem we have. Okay.
Give me an example. Like you said, anytime I want to articulate a statement, ask for a question.
Yeah. So I want to tell them, you love Ginny so much that you want to take care of her, don't you?
Okay.
That's it. I can't even do it because I don't know how to do that anymore, making statements without phrasing it into a question. That's kind of how does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It does make sense.
So it's so hard for me, but you got to make it like it's hard for you just to make statements.
Uh-huh.
You're constantly shepherding people down this road of wanting to protect their family by asking questions. So, as I'm coaching you, I want you to realize on your own that it makes sense. I want you to, so you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you love your Zoe, obviously, Ginny and Zoe and Athens and Maddie and yeah, and the list goes on, and Izzy and what's the one?
Nick.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Yeah,
You
you're
can-
almost there.
Get your notes.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah, Nicholas. Yeah, Nicholas. Yeah,
If you come into our house and I rattle off the names of our kids, I'm not going to expect you to remember the names of the kids.
mm-hmm.
But just the fact that I don't mind it if you go back and look in your notes because you want to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't offend me. But I appreciate that you wanted to mention them.
Yeah, I
You
would
have
have
to
said
go back and look.
my family's names, but most importantly, I'm getting to know you,
Yeah.
so I'm just flipping quickly as
But
a client.
as the consumer, as the client,
Mhm.
I don't mind if you go back and look at your notes
Absolutely.
to find out,
Right,
what was discussed. I don't expect you to remember
right,
all the kids.
Yeah.
right.
You asked, I think you asked just enough paying questions, but I think you could ask more. I think you can delve deeper into, like, when you start talking about the GoFundMe, and then you went from the GoFundMe to, now, you typically know if this is a mortgage protection appointment or a final expense
Yeah, I
appointment.
kind of muddled that.
No, that's all right. I mean, it could be a real thing. Like maybe we don't have mortgage protection either. We're focused on final expense. We don't have the mortgage taken care of. So, it could be both those.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's why I let it go. I mean, it's like, well, that's a good way to kind of see what else is going on here. And that's in here. Like the reason why people send this form in, the people, why people respond to this online is they either have no life insurance, or they have some, but they don't have enough, or they're looking to leave a legacy for their kids or grandkids, or they don't have enough to pay the mortgage off. Maybe they want their family to live in their house without a mortgage. So which one of these were the ones that, which are the reasons that you sent this in? So what you did was you got there, but you got there like I said, you tighten that up, and then boom, we answer the question, and then that gives you permission to move to ask more questions about the thing. Like, Ginny said, whatever you said, not enough. And okay, so tell me more about that, right? What happens if, and you can keep kind of going down that road. And then we talk about the kids aren't going to have money for, well, whatever. Oh, okay, so tell me more about that. So there are questions you can ask that are not specific, but questions that are generic enough to, oh, wow. So tell me more about that. What does that mean to you? How would that make you feel if,
What does that look like?
yeah, what does that look like? Yeah, this is when you go the visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Well, I'm not going to coach that, okay?
Yeah.
That's just, we'd be here for 5 hours. Okay, but so those kind of continuing questions, that's interesting. So tell me more about that. What does that look like? How does that make you feel? You can just kind of keep going with that, or you can just restate what they said. Whatever they say, it's like, so you're, oh wow, so you're worried about paying off the mortgage? And then I say, well, yeah, we had a policy before, but when we got this new mortgage, we really didn't continue that policy. I don't know why. I thought, but right now, we something happened, we don't have the mortgage covered. Oh, so you don't have the mortgage covered. And then I'm going to say something, because when you stop and then you're silent, then I feel the need to answer that, yeah, we don't have enough insurance to probably pay the mortgage off. Oh, so you don't have enough insurance to pay the mortgage off? No, we don't. It's, something that I think we've been talking about, but just have never gotten around to it. Oh, okay. So how much is your mortgage? See, this allows you to ask those kind of questions. How much is your mortgage? That's $350,000. Oh, okay. So you die, Alex, tomorrow, head-on collision. Ginny's going to have to keep the mortgage payment going. Is that right? And I say, well, yeah. So how much is the mortgage payment? That's $2,000. Ah, $2,000. Shut up. Like, don't say $2,000. Yeah, it's $2,000. Well, so, Ginny, I'm sure you'll have income, Ginny, right, to be able to make that mortgage payment. As you can say,
Not enough.
not enough. Oh, like any of it? You couldn't pay for any of it? See, when you start going down there, you can ask a million questions, but the more questions you ask, the more emotional it gets, the more stress we feel that we need to take care of it, right? So that's just sort of the mortgage side. On the final expense side, there's a lot of places to go when they talk about, well, we want to make sure that there's enough money. Oh, so you want to make sure there's enough money to bury you? And then I shut up. Well, yeah. Well, how much money do you have now to be able to take care of burial? Like, you die tomorrow, what's Ginny going to have to do? And then shut up and then let Ginny answer the question. In fact, you would phrase it to Ginny. It's like, okay, Joe, you're dead. You died in a head-on collision. So I'm going to address this question to Ginny. What are you going to have to do? Well, I don't know. We're going to have to find the money somewhere. I'm sure. And then you can go into negative reversing. So these kind of questions are, well, I'm sure you probably have enough in savings to, you probably have enough on a credit card to be able to pay for a funeral, right? And she'd go, well, our credit cards are maxed out. Oh, wow. See how powerful that is when you don't say anything, you just go, oh, wow. Huh. And just cool your jets, man. Don't say anything. Just let him listen to that. And just let it be awkward to when it's awkward. And then you can, so cremations are like 3,000-4,000 now. I'm sure you have enough maybe to at least do a cremation. Is that going to be good enough for you guys? And then just shut up. It starts getting real, right? It starts getting more, well, things are tight right now.
Mhm.
So tight means what?
No budget.
Well, see, you just answered the question, right?
Yeah.
Tight. That's what you say back to them. Tight. So what does tight mean for you?
Mhm.
Tell me what that means. You can clarify these, we call them wishy-washy words to have them expound on it. So tight means what to you? Well, my wife lost her job and, we're paying the bills, but we're just barely paying the bills. And then, so when I say stuff like that, you say, oh, wow, so you're just barely paying the bills, huh?
Mhm.
And then, do you see how it can keep going? And it gets to the point where it's just so hard, right? It's so emotional. And then you transition. So this is a transition statement. And you did it. You actually did. It's like, well, wow. Well, I want you to know that's why I'm here.
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure I solve this problem for you, Ginny. So when Alex dies, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Mhm.
Joe and Alex, how would that make you feel if we took care of Ginny and the kids and Zoe, Athen, Nicholas, Maddie, Isabel, making sure that they're going to be okay? That's it. Yeah. And then you can move on. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay. You're
absolutely.
taking a bunch of notes.
Yeah. Take notes. It's an honor and privilege to be in person for
Yeah.
coaching versus the
So I don't know how many people we got on here. 16. Is that 16? Yeah, 16. All right. So when is it? Okay, what's quite an hour yet. I hope that makes sense to everybody out there. I mean, like, this is like real stuff, man. And it's not to be trifled with. Just asking one stupid question on pain is not going to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys think we said the right things, like we want to make sure that our family's protected, and then you move on. It's like, how stupid is that? Most people don't close because they don't do this part freaking right. Does that make sense, gang? There I go again. Anyway, okay, so let's take it from the transition. Like, we did all the pain stuff. Okay, then do the transition from pain to the next step.
yeah. Yeah, so basically what is final expense? It's
Okay, now I'm saying do the transition from, that's one here.
transition from
From pain finding. So the transition
mhm.
from pain finding to going into the rest of it is, that's why I'm here. I'm going to make sure that.
Yes, that's why I'm here. Yes, we'll make sure you are protected, Jenny, and God forbidden anything happen to Alex, you will be peace of mind, and we'll make sure everything is taken care of.
I appreciate that.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Okay, then you look at me.
Yeah,
And you say, Alex, how did that make you feel that we took care of Ginny?
Alex, how does that make you feel that we take care of
And
Jenny?
that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, amazing, awesome. So what is final expense? Final expense is a good for the day you die. It does not end at 80 or 85. and the coverage, it will never decrease, or the premium, it will never increase. So you will be in a fixed rate for the remaining of your life. Okay. If you qualify, so don't be fooled on those TV or on this mail over here. I see there's $100,000 on your envelope. Those coverage, you have to look 100 times, 10 times your vision rate, because you have to look at something called accidental death. This only covers you if you, God forbid, happen to pass away with the plane or car accident. This is the only way we'll cover you. Our coverage, it will cover you no matter what type of a death you have. That sounds clear.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is mortgage protection? It helps pay off your mortgage when you die. And you choose the beneficiary, obviously, and it's portable if you decided to move because you're not a tree. So it goes with you, right? And the split plan. This is what I would like to dig deeper on this question over here, covering half the balance with the full coverage and the other with the accidental death coverage. Can you say what is that?
Yeah. So just to clarify, if this is a mortgage protection appointment, then you kind of bypass, you wouldn't even cover the final expense, go right into the mortgage payment, mortgage protection. If it's final expense, then you wouldn't really address mortgage protection.
That's what I do.
Unless it ends up being both, which we're not trying to sell them everything, but we want to focus on the thing that they were concerned about the most. And so this thing that called the split plan. So here's where you're opening up the opportunity to go somewhere when they can't afford a large premium. So basically what you're doing here, especially if they're older, a senior that has a mortgage, and they're thinking that this was that mortgage protection that they bought when they were 25 years old. It was add another $10 a month to the mortgage payment. And all that did was it was credit life insurance. So it would cover the balance of the mortgage no matter what, if they died. Well, we want to be able to show them that, even if it's expensive, that we have other options, So we set the client up to be able to talk about these options. So when we talk about mortgage protection, this will help you pay off your mortgage when you die. You get to choose your own beneficiary. It doesn't get paid to the bank. So your beneficiary is totally in control. So in other words, this will also follow you.
Right.
And even if you should refinance, you can still take this policy with you. And what's important about that is that your policy is rated and you're going to pay the rates for the age that you got it today. And you can take it with you and keep that rate. Now, is that important to you to be able to maintain this rate and take this coverage with you?
Yes. Very important.
So this is where you're at. You're confirming by asking questions. So this is the part where you're saying stuff you want to make sure that they understand. And then here's the other important thing. Unlike a lot of those bank programs, the death benefit stays the same. In other words, if you die one day before you pay your mortgage off, you're still going to get $130,000 if that's what we write it for today. So it's going to pay the full death benefit, even though the mortgage might have $25 left on it. So it's full benefit for the entire time, and your premiums will stay the same the entire time. So your premiums are guaranteed never to increase for the entire next 30 years. And you want that, right? Is that what you want, to make sure your death benefit stays the same and the premium stays the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, look, we'd all love to have the Cadillac program, but if it's too expensive, we got other programs that we can show you, such as a program we call the split program, where part of the mortgage is covered with full benefit, and then part of it is covered with accidental death benefit. It'll do the job of making sure that your beneficiary will stay in the house, and your wife can refinance. And then if you die in an accident, the whole thing's covered. And then we also have mortgage payment protection. So this is another affordable way where we buy your beneficiary time, right? We can cover 6 months, 12 months, or 24 months, or whatever number of months of mortgage payments so that Ginny can figure out, what to do. She doesn't have to worry about getting foreclosed on. It'll buy her time to be able to make whatever decisions she needs to make. And sometimes time is very valuable in a situation like this. Does that make sense to you? So we've got a number of different options to show you. Doesn't necessarily have to pay the entire mortgage off, but the whole idea is to be able to give you, buy you some time to make decisions. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
So this is where that door's open, right?
No, it's closed. I shut it.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that, anyway. So you just cover those three things and then, make sure we understand. What this does is when you're sitting with a senior, these split plans of mortgage payment protection is when they see that covering, a $300,000 mortgage for a 79-year-old, if they were going to do a 10-year term, is going to be, $1,200 a month, they're not going to have a heart attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be able to go somewhere. By setting this up, I won't even show them that rate. I'll say, look, and I know that you're 79, and to cover 300,000 on a term policy, it's probably going to cost as much or more than your mortgage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you plans that are affordable. I'm going to show you mortgage payment protection, and then I go right into showing mortgage payment protection. Okay.
Okay.
So that's how I set it up. I refer back to the mortgage payment protection options so that in the future, in a few slides, when I show them their premium, I've got somewhere to go, right? Because that prevents if I can't cover the whole thing, I don't want any of it. And that's how some seniors are going to be. They're going to say, well, if I can't cover the whole thing, you can leave. By offering the opportunity to get something that will still do the job, it gives you an opportunity to show something like mortgage payment protection.
Which is considered a split plan.
Yeah.
Right. Something, right.
Okay. So you've explained it. Okay, let's move on to the next.
Yeah. So what happened next? We will show you an option that will give you a peace of mind, and that fit your budget. So that's my job today. My job is here to make sure I find a product that will give you a peace of mind when you're sleeping, and most importantly, it fit your budget, because I want to make sure you guys be able to make that payment this month or 6 months or 24 months to 5 years from today with easily. So today you won't be able to think about, because the insurance company has to think about you first. But when they send your policy, I'd be more than happy to come over, or we can do this over the phone, your preference about your availability. And then if you decide you want to increase the coverage or decrease the coverage, we're happy to do that. Since we'll be making the first premium today, you'll be covered from today moving forward. Does that make sense? Today is not a think about today, Alex and Jenny?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I'm really going to do everything in my power. Like I said, I have 49 different product companies with over 100 different products. Well, I'm fairly new now. I have few products, but we'll get you the best rate. And most importantly, you guys have an advocate that he's going to be there with you folks, with you guys. Make sure everything's be on right place. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So, okay, let's stop here.
Yeah.
This is the most important slide to closing the claim. Okay. The one you just went over,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
This is what happens next. So this is the budget and the decision process. Okay, so you've got pain. Now we go into the budget and decision. And this is where we nail it down. Okay. So the first part of the budget is, so Alex and Ginny, let me explain what happens next. Okay. First, I'm going to make sure that this fits in your budget, because if I can't do that, then it doesn't make any sense at all. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to try to put you in something that you can't afford. Okay. I've helped a lot of people fit this in their budget and have it make sense so they can afford it. So I want you to know that that's my number one objective, is to make sure you can afford it. Okay. Because you need to afford it, right? To be able to make that payment.
Actually asked that question today based on the coverage we just covered. What were you thinking on the budget of your coverage?
Well, yeah, we want to see the rates, but yeah, we definitely want to budget for this, right? So,
Do you have a number?
I don't know. Maybe a couple $100 a month.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go back into coaching mode. So if you feel like you can go there, then go there. If you don't feel like you can go there, then don't go there.
Mhm.
Right? Because then you're gonna, like, when you ask me that question cold, I'm like, I don't know, dude. Why the hell do I want to tell you how much my budget is? Right? Like, you just ask it cold, like it's something to warm up to,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, okay, so you did the budget part. Then what happens next on the budget? And you say, so you want to get my confidence that you're going to do the best for me on the budget side, okay? And then you close that part. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, cool. Okay, now the next is decision. So you're trying to nail down the decision process. So you transition from budget. Now, let me explain the rest of the process here. What we're going to do is we're going to fill out the paperwork. I'm going to ask you health questions. I'm going to ask you some other questions to make sure that I get you into the right program, right? And then we're going to fill out the request for coverage form online, and then we're going to send it in to determine if you qualify for this program. Now, I would love to issue it now. You seem like a great couple, but that's not my responsibility. The insurance company, after we send this in, they're going to think about you. They're going to think about you, whether or not they can issue this on you or not, right? So tonight is not a think about it night tonight. There's nothing to think about because we don't even know if you qualify. Does that make sense? And I say, well, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so tonight's not a think about it night tonight. Now, we will know that you're covered when this policy gets issued by the insurance company. Okay, so we're going to know that it's going to get issued. You're going to receive the policy in the mail, and then I'm going to come over, and then we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to see, if you like the coverage or if you want to raise the coverage or lower the coverage. Now, nowhere did I say they can decline it. Okay, I'm just going to assume they're going to want to keep it. We're going to adjust whatever coverage higher, up or down, and decrease it or increase it, whatever is comfortable for you. And then we'll make whatever changes we need to make to the insurance company. So again, that's all we're going to do tonight. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make great sense, actually.
So I want you to redo that because this is an important slide. So let's start from the beginning and let's go through that again.
Yeah. So today, what happened next, I want to absolutely give you guys a program that will fit into your budget. It does not make no sense to give you a plan that you guys wouldn't be able to afford. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Make sure you guys, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're gonna fill up the application. We're gonna ask you health questions, little income questions. We're gonna send it to the insurance company. They have to think about you in order to determine if you qualify. Wishing the grace God to you guys, we can issue at this second, but they have to think about you first to know that you a valid policy holder. And then once they mail the policy to your mail, I'd be happy. You have my card here. My card. you give me a phone call, I'd be more than happy to come over here and walk with you through the policy and determine if you want to increase the coverage or decrease the coverage. But we will, you'll make a draft today. You will be also covered today. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I will do my best here now to make sure you guys are covered. I think I've left some. Is that here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So the part you left out is important is re-emphasize that tonight really is not a think about it night tonight, because there's really nothing to think about until we know that the policy's issued. All right.
Yeah, so tonight is not a think about it tonight until we know the policy is issued.
Tonight is not a think about it night tonight.
Tonight is not a thinking about it night.
Okay,
tonight.
do that again. Tonight is not a think about it night.
Tonight, Alex and Jenny is not thinking about it tonight.
Okay, tonight is not a think about it tonight.
Yeah, so Alex and Ginny, tonight, it's not a think about it tonight. Okay,
Okay,
so they have to think about it and then they will send it here. And does that make sense? Alex and Jenny, tonight is not a think about it tonight.
yes, it does.
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and open my, I got this, the electric piece. And I got this paperwork. Walk me through your height, Alex and Jenny.
Okay, so let's kind of speed through this. So you got our height and weight, like you fill out the financial picture and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we give you all that, and then let's go to the part where you show us the rates.
Yeah. The parts, okay.
Yeah, so like.
Yeah, so
the quotes.
probably this one I'd like to focus on more than anything, because this is probably asking for a little coaching. Yeah, so I would go ahead and apply for Great Western, and I can give him 3 budgets. So
yeah,
what I would do is you said your budget for a couple hundreds. I just plug into the program for one over here. I put 3 errors over here, and then I put option 1, option 2, and then I put option 3. All right. I use the first one. So you need a couple hundred, I think would be. So what I would go ahead, I'll go ahead quickly right now. I go open.
Yeah, just come up with something.
Yeah. So you say the first one, we say like option 3. I would go ahead and do the it's the most yeah, so I would go ahead and do 300 for 30,000 base amount.
Okay,
No, I would do, yeah.
okay, so let's just talk final expense.
Yeah,
Okay.
final expense, okay.
Now, if I did give you a budget amount, let's say, it's $200. Okay, what I would do is I would
Yeah, I would go ahead.
I would put 200 in the middle. I would
the
put
middle.
option 2 as 200.
Okay.
But I would start laying everything out, maybe low, medium, and high. Option 1 is low, option 2 is medium, option 3 is high.
Mhm.
So I might, do $100 a month, $200 a month, and then $300 a month,
Yeah.
or $250 a month, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What drives me crazy, dude, is when you're not looking at me.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
thinking about Mary. Hi, Mary.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
dude, you cannot do that.
I'm just joking. Go ahead.
I know
sir.
you're joking, but I'm telling you, dude, don't
Yeah.
do that, because it's distracting as hell.
Absolutely.
Like, it makes me think that I'm coaching you. You don't give a shit about what I'm saying. Okay. Like, I'm serious, bro. Okay. So, like, I want you to focus on me, not on Mary, not any of these people that are on here. Okay.
Yes,
I want
sir.
you to focus on me, because I'm spending my time with Ginny, with you. And we could be doing like packing for tomorrow.
Right, right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, it's not grab ass. I know we're kind of like, oh, this is so fun.
No, no, I'm
No,
sorry.
seriously,
Yeah,
dude. Like, we want to get through this so we can go pack
Yeah.
and we can leave tomorrow.
Right, right.
And I don't want you looking at all these people over here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Okay. So
I really appreciate you.
when you do the quote, you could do low, medium, high. That's what I typically do. Option 1, option 2, option 3. And so maybe if they gave me a budget, I would maybe make that budget. Sometimes I'll do it at the top. So, okay, just to be safe, I would say 200 at option 3.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever that. So if they gave you a budget, then I would calculate the death benefit. And then I'd say, okay, so here's option 3. Option 3 is $200 a month. That'll buy you, $22,000. Okay. A death benefit for $200 a month. Now, if that's, a little bit too much for you, then let's bring it down to $150 a month would get you, 15,000, and then $100 a month will get you some 7,500 or 10,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so you lay those 3 things out. You say, now, which one is going to be the best for you and Ginny? And then you just shut up and just wait us out, man. And then I would actually pull up the application and start filling out the application, right? Filling out the application online. And I would just start going into it, assuming that we're going to pick one. And then, Gina and I will like, well, what do you think is good? Because you did put their budget at option 3 and it's 22,000. Like, if I think that we can afford more after you've gone through all this process of, and I'm thinking, how much for 25,000? There you go, man. You're looking at the thing again.
Sorry.
Dude,
I just
what
but
is-
I'm sorry. I'm just
what is
like
over
looking at
there?
myself. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I am
got you.
going to, dude, I am going to lose my temper.
Yeah, right here. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay. God. And we could just leave.
Yeah. Let's do this. Sorry.
So I might say something like, well, I think maybe we can, how much for 25,000? And you'll say, well, $225. Does that sound good to you? She'll go, well, yeah. And then we like this one. Then what you have to do, we pick one is, okay, see, $225. So you sure that's something you can afford?
Mm-hmm.
And we say yes, no, we say whatever. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, you want to make sure, because what that tells me when you say, yeah, 225, that you care about how much it's going to cost and that you confirm that's something that we can do. And what you're basically doing is you're kind of setting up the post-sale process by, you got to close that premium payment that is comfortable. Because if you ask us again, we're going to say, well, yeah, that, what do you think? Well, can we fit it? Because we're going to think, oh, yeah, we can fit it in the budget. And when you're starting to think about fitting it into the budget, then, yeah, it's probably not comfortable. But you're going to ask that question again, right, in the post-sale process. So you just want to make sure that it's okay and then say, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and, fill out the application, right? Then you fill out the application. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, that
Okay,
makes sense.
cool. So we pick one, we got the application going and, okay, so let's move on to the post-sale.
Okay.
process.
Yeah. So the post.
Oh, the emergency response system. Okay. So this is where here's why I put it here is you're going to put the beneficiary, right?
Yeah.
And after you ask us who the beneficiaries are, which are going to be all our kids.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's first going to be each other. So
Yeah.
Gina's
Okay.
going to be my, and then the continuum will be all our children. Okay. Then I want you to ask for the ERS. So explain the ERS program to us.
Yeah. The ERS program. I was not deeply focused on it in the meantime, but I would like to explain that to you. So there is 1 billion unclaimed policies in the United States. So I just want to make sure your beneficiary
It's
get
actually over $1 billion of unclaimed
over
life insurance.
over $1 billion unclaimed life insurance. Okay. I just want to make sure your beneficiary get the coverage. So do you know her their number contact? And we would like to do a three-way contact, just
Okay.
a briefly
Yeah, I
text
can-
message.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
not listened to it. Just
Yeah,
being very
I can tell that
transparent.
you're not really,
Would like
you
to do
haven't
that,
really studied
yeah.
this, so, oh, that's cool. The whole idea though is right here, that you put it right after the beneficiary because it becomes part of the application.
Mhm.
It's not this thing later where it's like, okay, Alex and Ginny, now we're gonna get referrals using this emergency response system. No, it's all part of like, okay, your beneficiary is, okay, it's gonna be Ginny, right? Yeah, it's gonna be Ginny. And then your contingent would be, okay, your kids, okay, great, okay. All right, perfect. So now the next part of this process is to, do you know that over $1 billion of unpaid life insurance is out there? Do you know why that is?
No.
Well, it's because it's been unclaimed. And you know why it's been unclaimed?
Why?
Because the insurance carrier has no idea that the person died. And so you want this, through whatever, you want this $30,000 to make sure it gets paid out to Ginny or the kids, right?
Right.
Okay, so to make sure that happens, and not so much next month, next year, but 30 years from now or whenever, that we notify the insurance company that, yes, that Alex died and that, we need to submit a claim. And, maybe Ginny's not around, but the kids don't even know this policy exists. Okay. So the insurance carrier wants me to put together an emergency contact list where we're going to inform the people on your contact list, my name, the insurance company name. We're not going to tell them anything about the policy, but it's designed to have them notify me that you passed away and that it's time to put a death claim in, right? And again, Ginny might not be around when you pass away, when you die, but we want to make sure that they notify me to ensure that your children will get the benefits of the policy. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. Okay, great. So once you get your phone out, okay, and then who would be the first person on your emergency contact list? And then I just start writing, who's the second, third, fourth, blah, 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 blah. Just go down the list. And that's where I'll put it right in here after you get the beneficiary information. All right. Okay. So you're going to study that. Okay. Let's move on to.
Yeah, absolutely. So
this is a post-sale process.
yeah, so Alex and Jenny, what is coming up soon here? Summer, right? What we like to do in the summer. We like
Go on
Take
vacation.
vacations.
and you guys said you guys like more hiking or beaches now, right?
And not so much of the beaches.
Yeah.
We like to
Go hiking and stuff.
go hiking,
That's like the thing,
sightseeing.
yeah.
What's your favorite hiking spot in the United States?
Okay, dude, you don't need to go into all that stuff.
Okay, gotcha. But my question is to you, Alex and Jenny, is we're going to spend money on during the summer. So I just want to make sure Christmas coming up during the corner and vacation
Okay.
coming in the corner.
Okay, stop.
Are you gonna be able
Stop. Okay, you're so obtuse with asking those questions first. You got to get to the point of the real point of the whole thing, and then you ask those type of questions after it. So Alex and Jenny, do you feel good about taking care of your family today for $225 a month? And then you wait for us to say yes or no. And we'll say, well, yeah, I mean, that 225. And then you come up with the reasons why it may be too expensive. So summer's coming up, Alex and Ginny, and I'm sure you like to maybe do stuff during the summer, and you're going to incur expenses are you going to look at that $225 being drafted from your account and you're going to call me and tell me that's too much and you want to cancel your policy? Or it's Christmas time and you've spent a little bit more than you wanted to for Christmas. And then, dude, you keep looking over there like, dude, like, don't look over there. It's driving me nuts. Okay. Okay. So it's Christmas time. You're going to spend a lot of money because you're going to get bills in the mail. And are you going to want to call me and tell me, Alex, $225 too much? You want to cancel? Okay. Is that what's going to happen? Then shut up and let me answer the question. It's like, because if we pause any amount of time, we kind of look at each other, it's like, oh man, 25. If we're like waiting that long, then what you do is you jump in and say, I think option 2, that $150 a month option, where it paid for, 20,000 or 18, whatever, 15,000. Would that 150 be a lot easier for you in your budget instead of the 225? And if it's like, you're going to see me like sigh of relief, like, yeah, I think 150 is going to be way better. You want to know that now, as opposed to us canceling, 2 weeks later saying, hey, Steve, forget it. We're not going to do it. And you're like going, what the heck happened? I thought it was locked down. Well, because you gave us those scenarios, gave us a chance to bring it down without, being embarrassed about it. You're trying to walk us through making sure that we can afford it, right?
Mhm.
The alternative is we could say, we're going to convince you. No, we can do $225 a month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we've got enough leeway.
Yeah, so I think 225 is perfect. So you just made us close ourselves again that $225 works. Okay. So.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so you're on that bullet right there.
So I will call you in a couple of days to give you an update on your case. So I'm giving you a call, and today is Wednesday. I'm giving you a call. Say Saturday afternoon. Hey, Alex, how are you? Hey, how is Ginny? So we talking about the policy right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So the purpose of I'm going to know their remorse, right? Their buyer remorse.
Buyer's remorse. Okay.
Buyer's remorse.
So really the way to say it is like,
Yeah.
LCD, I'm going to call you in a couple days
Okay.
and I'm going to give you an update on your policy, but really you're going to have questions. I'm sure you're going to have questions. So what I want you to do is I want you to write those questions down so that when I call you in a couple of days, I'll be able to answer those questions. Fair enough? Okay, great. Sounds good. That's all you have to say.
Say that again.
That's all you have to say is, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of days and I'm going to call you back in a couple of days. And I'm sure you're going to have questions after I leave. So I want you to write those questions down so that in a couple of days, when I call you back, you can ask those questions so I can, and also let you know what the status is of your policy. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And really, that's pretty much it. Like,
Yeah.
you can even call
Absolutely.
in 2 days.
Yeah.
So,
Call me in 2 days.
all right.
This is the time you mentioned. Obviously, you said call them in 2 days. This is when the time they were thinking about it. If they want to increase or decrease, or versus 2 weeks from tonight, they will be probably it's too late and be canceled. So there's something that I can do.
Well, okay, you're mixing two things up there. Okay, you're mixing up when they receive their policy from your call back in 2 days. So they're not going to receive their policy for another week or 2 weeks. So the callback is you're going to tell them, I'm going to call you back in 2 days. So then and that'll give you a chance. You're going to have questions. So I want you to write those questions down. So when I call you, you can ask me all those questions so I can make sure that you feel comfortable with everything. Does that make sense, Alex and Ginny?
Yes.
Okay, so that's all you have to say, nothing more than that. And then you let them know, okay, I'll let you know the status of your policy and, when you expect to receive it, then I'll give you a call and then we'll arrange a time to come over and check it out.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Perfect.
Okay. So that's the post sale. I know there's other stuff like estate planning and stuff,
Yeah.
but what I really wanted to cover, save money. Okay, yeah, let's not go over that. What we need to go, really the important part about all this was getting you the bond rapport, the upfront contract, the pain finding, and then the budget decision process, fulfillment on how you present the quotes, and then the post sale. So I think we pretty much, covered a majority of the, because all this other stuff's going to find other sales. The real important key to closing is bond rapport, pain finding, making sure you get the decision process agreed to. If they don't agree to that decision process, then you're leaving. You're getting up and you're walking out of there, because you're not going to share your rights with people who don't commit to the process that you laid out on the decision process. All right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So that's, okay. So are you getting a better feel for kind of the flow of this?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what? You are one of the best coaches in
No,
the
I'm not.
insurance industry.
No.
Your videos it just
You're very
add
kind.
so much immersed when you say it.
By the way,
honor. Yeah,
You've
absolutely.
been great.
Yeah, thank
Your
you.
attitude's been great. As long as you can focus on me and not the
Well,
monitor.
He's not gonna have that. when he's sitting down with somebody.
I know.
You're right. I'm confused. See, that's my question when I promise sit. I'm confused how they sit, or maybe like you said.
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, okay.
You're
Doing
sitting
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
What, here's the problem with looking away and looking, because like it does to me, it just makes me feel like I'm not important.
Of
Right?
course, you are the most important, absolutely, in my
right.
criteria right now.
But
So,
I'm
yeah.
talking about from the perspective of client.
Yeah.
When you start, and it goes for anybody. Like I'm talking to Ginny, and then I start wandering, and I'm checking out at the waitress, or and I'm focusing on her when we're out. It
Yeah,
makes her feel like
I had a
crap.
big meal,
right?
so I was just gonna
Yeah.
have some water.
So-
Sorry.
In sales, the most important person is a person sitting across from you that needs your help. And so I'm focusing totally on them and what they're looking, or I'm looking at, the stuff that I need to help them out with. I'm focusing on the wife. And you did a good job, at least, looking at Ginny too. So that was really good. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely. You mentioned your kids, so I was gonna look at it, like make sure they're part of
Yeah.
the family. Right?
Yeah,
And peek
yeah.
it, look over
If you're
there.
in
you know.
somebody's house, you're gonna
Yeah,
look at the
I'm just
pictures
gonna
that they
peek
have and
because
refer to them.
Whenever you mention your kids, make sure,
Yeah.
God forbid anything happened to you. So I'm just gonna peek over there. I'm just a little off guard.
and
Forward.
that's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, so overall, dude, you did a really good job. I think you can, here's the thing for you is to tighten up so that it's continuous. Like you're not searching for words, and any new person is going to be searching for
that's
words.
the word, right?
So here's the cure for searching for words is you do this 50 times, mock it in front of your pet, your dog's sitting there, do it like you're doing it to them, and get it continuous where it's just coming out of your mouth. And that, and the more you practice up front, it prevents you from screwing up when you're in front of real live people. That's the one thing about agents that just really pisses me off more than anything else, is they know how important this is. And they hear me say, rehearse and practice. Now, we as performers on stage, we rehearse 8 weeks prior to even putting a show up, right? We spend hours learning our lines. We invest time and energy in doing it. And when I tell an agent that they need to do the same thing, they have no clue. The first thing they run through it is with a client. I'm going, oh my God, how stupid is that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for you, getting the words out and getting it continuous, you'll be so much better. But you're doing good. Okay. So I'm
Thank you.
encouraging you to stay on track, but tighten it up. Get get the words out, like really focus on, kind of how to say stuff.
Mhm.
And when you figure out how to say stuff in a very smooth way, then do it that way
Lock it in.
every time. Don't vary the formula, okay? To the point where now, like I'm saying, not recite, memorize it, but you really got to get the words out. Get it to the way that you feel comfortable saying it. Like make this your own using your words, but then use those same words every time. Right? Does
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are going on a big trip. Really, really, really wanted to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
dude, I
that you guys
appreciate
were
you
able to do
availing
this.
yourself this opportunity to be in front of all these people on Zoom?
Hey, I can't wait to be in front of hundreds of thousands of
It's a
people.
lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's pressure to be in that situation where you've got people watching you.
Nah, not at all.
knowing
Yeah.
If you're gonna do well or if you're
Yeah.
gonna mess up. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. So you know where I come from, Air Force Academy.
God bless
I got dumped on when I was a freshman, hazed, like serious hazing, back when hazing was legal. Now there are a bunch of wussies at the academy now that don't go through that stuff.
Yeah,
But I
and
come from that
know.
school.
Yeah.
And so,
gotta
I am
go
going to
back.
get on your case and I'm going to hard coach you because you can take it. And I appreciate this relationship. And I want you good, man. I want you to kick butt. And that's where it comes from. I want you to just kill it because you're willing to spend time with me
Mhm.
and Ginny. We're willing to spend time with you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
and I
thank
think
you. I
you're gonna be
appreciate
great.
you. Thank you very
You
much.
just keep doing it, dude. All right.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you
All right.
very much. It's been a
Rock
very
on.
pleasure. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate you for having me here tonight as well.
Thanks for taking care of my family.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. All right. It's a very pleasure. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Okay. Gang. That's it. So who's going to volunteer for the next hot seat? I think you'll know that you're going to keep your eyes on me, right? So anyway. Okay. Thanks everybody for plugging in. God bless. Take care. We'll see you later.